What's up, guys? It's John at National Sports Entertainment, and I wanted to go into tonight's bowl games. I hadn't really gone to college in a bit, and honestly, feeling a little refreshed. So I could be wrong, but I didn't really want to play the bowl games because I figured a lot of these are going to be irrelevant. But again, if Vegas can make money, they are. So I saw this, looked at the previews. UAB's had a considerably better schedule this year as far as teams they've played. So there's a reason that they're 10.5 point favorites. I think the casual bettor does know that. That being said, I think way more people are going to be on the spread. UAB has not played that good, and I'm not going off their record. I'm just like, if you just go off of their wins, it's not even just the last five. They just really haven't shown anything to warrant that they'd be 10.5 point favorites here. It's really going to be a matter of their defense, and I think they win a decisive game. I think more public's on Miami, Ohio at the points. McBride's injured, so it's weird they're still 10.5 point underdogs, or favorites, I'm sorry. So here I love UAB to cover that spread. And the other one here we have is UTSA and Troy, and here I like Troy. The reason I like Troy is, again, you would look at this and a lot would say, oh, it's a 50-50 game. It can go either way. And Troy kind of goes against my metric, although 11-3 would not be anything ridiculous. But again, I looked at their schedules. I looked at everything like that. And especially with these type of teams, if there are games that, not that they're not rigged, but they don't have too much shenanigans, it's games like this. And again, watching both teams, I looked into highlights of the last several weeks. I looked into their stats, and I think, again, more people are going to be on UTSA in this game. Despite them having a similar record, if you can see some of their blowouts. Troy's had blowouts too, but you see some close wins here. And it's not just the last five games. They've had a lot of where they've just pounded teams, scored 30-plus points. So, looking at both of that, I think both of these games are just going to be ones people want to play just to play. So you're going to see parlays, all that stuff. So Miami, Ohio, fading them I like more than the Troy game, but I do like both UAB and Troy. So whether you want to take them both to cover, or you want to do a parlay, I obviously, as you know, I'm going to be putting them in my sequence. So they will both be leg ones. They won't be leg twos or anything. And you can see there's a bunch of other games. But yeah, to me, this one jumped out as just being a little too lenient with the points here, 10.5. And this one's not as much the point. It's just look at the fake matchup indicator showing that UTSA is 56%. The public's fooled by stuff like that. The public's fooled by like simple things. They're fooled by this. They'll see the passing yards and they'll say, wow, this guy's got 4,000. This guy's only got 2,700. 31 touchdowns versus 10. They look at stuff like that and make their decisions. It's interesting. It's not a coincidence they put like the DraftKings thing at the bottom that shows like the 3 best players, and it's usually on the losing team. They do all these things. So when you see that kind of stuff, it makes me like the other team. So I really like Troy here. And I really like UAB to cover the spread. And I'm going to go into it now. I might as well, because I went into it briefly. But first off, this caught my eye. I think Atlanta wins. Oh, I'm sorry. Charlotte. What happens is I think of a team that I'm fading, and I say the team. There's no way. So 2 points here. I just don't see. Atlanta should win this game every time. So I don't see how Charlotte is a 2-point favorite. Yes, Capella and Collins being out hurts, but Trey's fine. So I think they might do something where like they rest him at the last minute. But yeah, fading Atlanta all the way is my pick here. I like Charlotte minus the 2. I don't know why this line, of all the games, none jumped off the page at me, but Atlanta just looked really odd. And like I said, while I'm here, I'll just cover the other ones. I know I said I was liking the Sixers. I still am leaning them, but Personally, I'm not going to play that game. I am going to play this game just because, and I'll go into this game. Like I said, I'm going to wait to see if the line changes, but as of now, it is looking like a trap game in my opinion. I think more people in that game are going to be on Denver. I could be wrong, but here I love the Mavericks. As I said earlier, now I would wait for the line to change so you can get it closer to like 2 or something like that. But I think everyone's going to be on the Blazers, and I like the Blazers. You know how I feel about them. Now, a lot of these other games could be narrative games, could be traps, but I wanted to get out the bowl games, and I really wanted to get out the Hawks because I think the Hornets win this game and cover. Wait, this is what I call a parlay killer. Right to start the night, the first game, right? And people are going to be on the Hawks money line thinking, I got a great freaking parlay started tonight, and it gets busted right off the bat because the Hornets win. So I have the Hornets, I like the Mavs, and I really like the UAB to cover as well as Troy. So those are some plays if you guys wanted some plays. I haven't looked into all the basketball games. As I said, I have leans like Cleveland and stuff, but none that I absolutely love. I'm leaning the under on the Thunder game. Not in love with it. But I do like the Mavericks, and I do like the Hawks a lot. And as far, I don't know why I keep saying Hawks, gosh. So what happens is when you get into this fading mentality, you'll start saying the team that you're fading. So if you're fading them for long enough. So, again, we're fading the Hawks. We're taking Charlotte minus the 2. And I just don't see why. See, when when I'm naturally saying the Hawks, it's because we all know the Hawks should win this game. So that's the reason I find it so appealing. When I'm accidentally saying Hawks, because we've been conditioned to believe that the Hawks should win. So yeah, I think the Hornets win that game easily. Maybe not easily, but I think they win the game and then they kill a bunch of Hawk parlays. And I do like the Mavericks. If you know my metric on the Mavericks, it's pretty simple. Here we have 19-9 versus 18. I went into that in my last video, so I don't want to belabor that. I more wanted to go into my, the Hornets pick. Wanted to just reiterate it is indeed the Hornets we're taking. We're fading the Hawks. And I forgot it was bowl game, so I wanted to go into why I like Troy and UAB. So I saw that it was 11:30 and figured I might as well get it out now. So take care, everybody, and happy earnings.